What is going on, guys? As you may be aware, we got a little bit of a program for you today. Well, there's no shortage of stuff to talk about. Right off the rip, thank you guys so much for being flexible with us. We always do Mondays, but we went ahead and went Tuesday. And I think this episode is going to be worth the wait. We have a ton of stuff to talk about all the way across the board, from Delta Force, everything going on with that, as well as Arena Breakout Infinite launch, the Stalker 2 deep dive that Blue has been a part of. We have so much to talk about. I'm excited for this show. I've been looking forward to it all day. I am one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by the dudes on the either side of me, Buffnerd Gaming, BlueTheRobot. What's up, man?
Howdy, howdy.
How are you guys
Soon
doing?
you're gonna become a Blue the big buff robot one day. You know, just saying.
You'll get there.
I'm working.
Keep lifting. I hit the old gym today too. It was wild. Been a little bit. I was a little shaky out there.
So
got it done.
280 on the PR now for deadlifting.
Damn, good stuff.
It's gonna go quick too.
Yeah, definitely.
The beginning stages of lifting are fun because the numbers just like go.
Yeah, dude. If you get your diet dialed in and you're just fucking going, you're gonna get. You're
just 4 months ago, I could barely lift like 130 or something like that. You know,
you're gonna get newbie gains hardcore. Like this first year, is gonna be crazy if you.
Dude, that's what he was telling me too. He's like, you're gonna plateau. Don't worry about it. That's not you like losing it. It's just every new weightlifter gets those huge gains.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It is gonna be awesome.
Definitely.
It's gonna be awesome. I got coffee. I got some electrolyte drink. I'm ready to settle in.
Coffee. Cheers.
How was you guys' weekend? Like, Buff, what'd you do?
I went to a Renaissance festival, so I was all dressed up.
Whoa, sweet, dude.
I was all dressed up in some medieval gear. I had a nice big giant turkey leg. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So it was a good time. Did that, watched some knights joust. So it was good.
Dude, we were gonna go to one last week, but didn't get
to. I have a medieval loadout. I actually, it's funny. I have swords from like bodybuilding competitions that I've won that I wanted to bring, but I didn't have like a sheath for them, so couldn't. So I did not
carry it the entire time. Just like,
so I just didn't bring it.
Just hold it over your shoulder.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna bring this.
We're just hanging out.
It's like a giant Excalibur sword that I won too, so it's just massive. So I was like, I'm not.
Isn't it like a legit actual sword too?
Yeah, it's just not like it's just not super sharp, but yeah, it's a legit sword. I won from a competition.
You should have went there and like had one of the leather work craftsmen there made you a sheath or something like that. You know, dude, like I need you to make a sheath for my sword.
You could buy all that stuff, but it was super expensive there.
Yeah,
like I was looking at mugs. Like
how much was that turkey leg just alone?
20. Yeah, it was big. It was probably like 4 pounds. It was a lot of protein.
I gotta get into the turkey leg business,
dude. It was yeah, I'll have to show you. I'll send you guys a picture on the Discord. It was massive. It was a good 4 pound turkey leg. $20. Now I was looking at just like wooden mugs, you know, like just wooden drinking mugs that were handmade. Yeah. And they were like $90. And then if you look at like an actual chalice, which is made of like, I think they made it of like, I don't know what they made it of, steel or iron or something. Like 180 or something or more, depending on the size. It's crazy. Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, maybe next year I'll
maybe I should get into some metalworking too.
Yeah, right. That was cool, though.
Inflation even hit the medieval times, I guess.
It did.
It went all the way back to the Renaissance. Dang it, man.
Dude, I want to go to a Ren Fair. I haven't been to one yet. I know me and the wife, we were looking at one last year, but didn't get a chance to go. But we saw all the people like getting bussed out there, all dressed. I was so funny. I walked into a Dunkin' and it was just 2 people just dressed up like they were in the Renaissance times, just getting coffee. Yeah, and I was just like, there's something going on over there. And then they told me about it. I was like, oh, that's sick. So,
dude, it was cool too, because like not everybody, but I would say 99% of the people are dressed up. So I'm glad I dressed up, because if you just went in like normal everyday wear, I feel like you'd feel really out of place because everybody's dressed up there. Whether it's 100% all out or just like a little bit casually dressed up, everyone had something going on.
I go casual.
Those turkey legs at those things are always fire. Like they're so good.
So dude, every time we go out somewhere fair, the park, something, wife's always like, "Where's the turkey legs? Where they at?"
Yeah, you can follow your nose to them usually. And they're
But I waited in line. I waited in line for probably 15 minutes, and then they were out. So they're like 45 more minutes. We'll have them ready. So I came back. I don't know, like an hour and a half later, probably. The line was way lighter, so I got in line, and I was joking. I was like, "Man, just I bet like I'll get up there and they'll be out of turkey legs." And I got up there, and I was the last one to get a turkey leg before.
So close.
And they were like, they had to bring more down from the top, but they're like, "Are you sure you want to take the last one?" I was like, "Yeah, I definitely am taking the last one."
You put your time in.
Yeah, I was back and forth for like 2 hours in this line. I will take my turkey leg. Thank you.
Yep. That's awesome. Blue, how was your weekend, man?
The actual weekend was pretty chill. Really just resting up and working hard lately on other projects and stuff like that. And then what was it? I'm trying to remember. To be honest, after last night, it's kind of hard to remember anything else that happened before because I was just exhausted by the end of it. So, and I feel just letting the audience know the reason why they pushed the show back was because of me. So I feel grateful that you guys even did that in the first place. So, I mean, it kind of helped out because a lot more information dropped out.
Yeah, it worked
yesterday.
Out, sure.
So it kind of worked out anyways, but I appreciate you guys actually like doing that. Even the wife was like, "Oh, that's cute." And I was like, "Yeah, my homie's got my back."
It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean, we're all three like working and busy and have lives and stuff, so it's like we got to be flexible. And plus, I think we'll find out, but I think it'll make a better show in the end. There's a lot of stuff to go over today, and it'll be fresh in your mind too. Because I purposely didn't watch the Stalker 2 deep dive, so you could tell me about what's going on in there. So,
got you.
I gotta know,
so
man.
That was, dude. So it was perfect because like Monday it came out, and me and the community. I was streaming at the time, and someone's like, "Hey, what about that Stalker deep dive?" I was like, "Oh yeah, let me see what time it is." And it was like literally like towards like the last hour of my stream. So like 50 of us just sitting in the stream just watched it together live on Twitch, well through Twitch, which their bitrate sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, but it was cool to see all that. And then of course that was a very Stalker heavy day.
You're good.
Okay. I saw the stream buffering like crazy.
Yeah, it says it's reconnected, and it did. So I don't know what that was about.
Cool, sweet. Anyways, so I went to a short film premiere. I wasn't expecting I was expecting a good crowd, but then it was cool to see that it was both people there for Wendigoon, who I didn't know he was an executive producer on the short film. I didn't really know about him. I kind of watched some videos before I left just to kind of know who he was. And then when I got there, it's just a bunch of people that were there for Stalker reasons and there for his YouTube reasons. And so it like introduced a lot of people to the world of Stalker, which is really cool. And then of course there's some Stalker veterans there, and I met so many cool guys. There's even someone that was like on Twitter that when I posted, it was like a scheduled tweet too. I posted, I was like, "Hey, I'm on my way to the show, excited to go there." And someone's like, "Dude, I'm here too." And then I was like, "Dude, where are you?" And we like messaged each other through like freaking Twitter. And I saw where he was, so we met up. He turns out he's like an Air Force guy stationed there, working for JSOC and stuff like that. Super cool dude. Yeah, it was just a really good time, and so I got to see the short film, which was amazing. And on top of that, I was like part of the VIP ticket, so they had like a little meet and greet with all the cast and crew, which was really cool. So I got to take a picture with Retro Digital, one of the main guys that helped with the movie, Evan Royalty, of course, Wendigoon, and I got this gas mask filter signed by the entire cast and crew. So, and one of the guys was like a really big like gearhead, and like I guess he just loved historical stuff. So when I brought this to him, he's like, "Dude, that's super cool." And he was like asking, he's like, "Have you worn this?" I was like, "I have." He's like, "Don't wear it again." I was like, "Oh, okay."
What? Why?
I guess there's like like the filter in here. It's not asbestos, but it's like a chromium filter or something like that.
Ah,
Something about it. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I mean, I ain't wear it for a day, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I know I may wore it for a little bit, but yeah, no, it was just really cool. And it was in a really cool theater. A lot of cool action scenes. I can't really talk about too much about the plot because they wanted to keep it is releasing sometime late October. So and I'll be making a whole video about that as well too, kind of breaking down my thoughts over my channel and stuff like that. So I recorded me prior to going, me right after the stream, me driving there, and then a little bit when I was there. It was kind of tough because I had my phone and it got dark in some moments. So, but yeah, no, dude, it was quite an experience. Perfect day for Stalker because again, it was just like Stalker deep dive, Stalker movie. Went and started talking to other Stalker fans. So super amazing.
so you're a vlogger now. You did the vlog of driving there.
I did a little vlog. Yeah, it was
go?
very awkward. Very awkward. I hate. I was like having to ask people, "Hey, do you mind being in a video for my YouTube channel?" Just kind of
one of those guys.
Yeah,
Oh, you're that
when I was
guy.
putting a freaking camera in their face, I was like, What's up, guys?" That I didn't go too cringy, but and hopefully that doesn't show across the video. But
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
see.
We'll see. So. Good stuff.
Nice,
Now I'm an actual YouTuber.
You are, I
Yeah.
guess. I aspire to be one day. Yeah, we will get into all that very shortly.
And I'm wearing like the Stalker hoodie that I wore too. Freaking hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you were in it. You were
Yeah.
looking the part.
I was in it. I'm also freezing in my house. So
I wish I knew what that was like. We got some cool weather for
Yeah.
a little bit, then it went. Now it's back to like surface of the sun again.
Central AC in Florida, brother.
That's it. We got it here, but my house sucks. So I got a unit right here blowing on me. Hopefully people don't hear it too bad, but it's worth it. Otherwise, I'd be.
I've
having
never
heat
heard
stroke.
it. You've always said it's blowing. I've never heard it.
Yeah, I can't hear it at all.
I try to keep it. I run some noise suppression and try to keep it down because there's air conditioning blowing right on my body, and I love it. Whoever invented air conditioning should have their own religion. Like to praise them. It's good stuff, man.
Praise.
Praise the air conditioning. I couldn't make it without it. I don't know how our ancestors did, but I had an awesome weekend with family, and the whole time it has been a long time with this professional segue incoming. I wanted to play
Let's
Delta
go.
Force, man. I'm
Yeah.
loving that game so
Dude,
much, dude.
same, man.
Yep.
Oh, dang it, man. We got to play some that last week, and then I played a little bit with Blue again, and then I had an awesome stream with Geeks playing it, and dang it, man. Like I've been streaming it at night, and it for me, man, it's like the pocket. It's right in the pocket for an extraction shooter. It's the right mix of arcade and hardcoreness for me, and it just sits right there, dude. I don't know. Are you guys feeling the same about it? Like,
Yeah. I am not sure if my initial reaction, especially to playing Breakout last night, was like I like Delta Force better. I'm kind of bummed they released like the alpha and the early access so close to each other because I want to just focus on Delta Force right now. But yeah, I'm wanting to play Delta Force more currently just because it's new, I guess. But
Yeah.
long term, we'll see.
What I'm seeing a lot of things about Arena Breakout come out that I'm not surprised. I think we all kind of saw coming. I think we talked about it a couple, like one of those episodes ago, where it was like pretty sure Arena Breakout Infinite might be sort of pay to win.
yeah. I posted
especially for
my
people that
video. I
played
made a
it.
video exactly 2 months ago talking about how you would be able to buy in-game currency and it's pay to win. Like I'm 2 months ago, and then it comes out and it was like, what? It's not that complicated.
It's like freaking, oh man. And so it's, seeing that, I wouldn't be surprised if people just focus more on Delta Force, especially for content wise. And I think it's overall the better route, only because, I mean, just the fact that we're even getting more updates during an alpha test and how well this alpha test has been running, even with the little, the most difficult situation I've been in, it's like horrible netcode and hit registration, just dying behind walls like crazy, especially in their I see more issues though in their Havoc Warfare mode, which is their Battlefield mode, more than their extraction game mode. And I think it's because there's just less things happening on screen. Because when I'm playing extraction mode, I feel like where my bullets are hitting are where they're going, and I'm not really dying too much around corners. But again, I'm not in a firefight every 5 seconds. So,
Yep. No, man, I've had so much fun, and it's just like the game itself. I guess we talked a little bit about it last week, but like the game itself just doesn't get in the way of it, of playing an extraction game. Like it's just an extraction game, and it's polished, and there's a ton of stuff to do in it. And I could do without the specialists, but I haven't found them to be like super oppressive. Like even the recon arrow lady, a lot of times that arrow makes a really loud noise, and the audio's so good that you can tell where it came from. So you like kind of know where the person is. It's got trade-offs.
Exactly. Exactly.
And,
I was just I saw someone made a video about that, and they were like, or no, I saw Clean was streaming it, and he was playing over random, and the random would shoot the arrow like every 5 seconds, basically just giving his his presence away. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, dude. I know there's a player this way because I heard the arrow come that way. So,
yep. I really think the only problems, I don't think you could call it an alpha. I mean, they've tested it already in China a fair amount, and
like the past year plus it's been having tests. This thing's very refined.
This definitely feels a lot like a beta, more so to me, because it's been tested already. It feels really polished, like we talked about. The freaking and Buff did an awesome video on like the gun range is insane in this game. He did a whole video on the gun range because you can
it's really intense. I mean, and that's one of the many features it has. Like I still have more stuff I gotta cover just with like, the black sight and all that stuff. But yeah, the gun range, dude. And I like it way better than Arena Breakout. Arena Breakout's essentially the same thing, but they're both also still different. I think it's way easier to test your builds and everything in Delta Force, which just quickly build your guns super quick, very intuitive, and switch out the ammo is really easy. It's way easier for you as a user to get in and test everything you want to test in Delta Force than it is any other game from what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's crazy.
It just has that step back from the Tarkov thing where it's like, you can mod any gun and it's just done. You don't have to buy a bunch of mags and pack the mags all the time. You can hop in the range and test it with whatever. And like all. I
remember when we first found out those little tickets, and then how that was super helpful.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that on your guys' stream. When you guys were playing, I was watching you on the YouTube stream at work, and I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. And you get to keep that gear. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's also a thing that I found out that they retweeted today that you can click on the calling button on the map and you can get free drops. Like you keep hitting the call button until you get a message, and they'll send you like gear and stuff. And then I learned, there's so much depth to it. I'm still learning stuff. Like last night I learned with the medic guy who I've been playing the most, he has the smoke drones. You can steer those, so you can curve them. So like as you hit them, if you turn your mouse, you can like make a curve of a smoke wall. Like if you want to go around a corner or something. Also, if you throw smoke and then you shoot a dart into that smoke, the smoke turns green and it's healing smoke. Anyone in that smoke will get the heals. So like,
just breathe in the smoke.
Yeah, just it's like a good cigar. Breathe it nice and deep, and it'll make you feel better. So no, that like I'm just learning crazy stuff like that all the time in the game, and it's just fun. You can hop in and play and have a good time. Really, the only downsides I've seen early on, I had a couple of times where it lagged and I lost all my stuff or glitched out and crashed.
Remember that AUG you left, man. RIP AUG.
Yeah, the AUG that I was never.
That was the first game we played together last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was. Yeah, you were there.
Hey, rip. RIP. We all lost it.
Yep. And then I had some weird stuff with my guns glitched out one time. That I had to like tab in and out a bunch of times to get it to work. But other than that, I mean, sometimes the drop pin is not where you actually drop, but there's just not that many bugs. The bots thing sucked, where they kind of make bots sound like players, but they said they're going to reduce that. I did.
Are you talking about like the footsteps themselves and stuff like
no,
that?
I just mean having PMCs as bots, but they don't appear to be bots. Like we kind of talked about last week.
Yeah, I know we talked about it, and I'm still like on the fence about it because, like, I mean, there are moments where I was like, dude, that seems like a bot.
Yeah, I don't hate
and
it.
I think someone even searched up another like TTV player that was playing, and like the entire squad was all playing a completely different game from what I was told. So it was like they were literally
Wow.
streaming, I think, Dark and Darker while they were apparently playing Arena or not Arena Breakout, sorry, Delta Force. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just kind of I thought when I first thought the bots were in the game, I thought it was more for like an onboarding experience. But now that we're already a couple hours in, couple levels up, we're still seeing them. Like that's kind of a red flag. I don't know if that's a player count issue or if that's just, I really don't know what that would be for.
They did say they're going to be cutting back on the bots as more people get in and get on board. So that they did say that. And Nebula, thank you for the $10 super chat, who says Buff's arms are as big as my death count in Delta Force. It's massive. You got to talk about that. Thanks, Nev. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support, dude. Incredibly kind of you. The other thing, so if you guys want to go over it, I do have a summary. So they did Ask Shadow Anything. He did a interview with Pestily, and it was kind of tough. I did a video about it today, but we can talk about him if you want to.
For Delta Force?
Yeah, for Delta Force, for like what's coming in the near future.
I'm down
for sure.
Frequently asked questions. All right. So he said that they're aiming to run the PC alpha into the first week of September. So like three more weeks or so. At least. Three and a half weeks. Holy crap. Yeah, it's gonna run for a bit. The new map, new operator, and additional content are being added to the alpha. We saw that. Is that open for you, Buff? Have you tried it, or Blue? Have you gotten to the new map?
Space City? No, I haven't yet.
It's the 16th, I think, is when it's live. Not yet. Okay. I thought it was the 16th is what I saw on their Twitter.
It says very soon. Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. So
gotcha. They said so far alpha test servers are in the US, EU, and Singapore, but they plan to have servers everywhere at launch. Then they said there's going to be no pay to win at all and no microtransactions in the campaign. So this should be taken with a massive grain of salt because Arena Breakout said the same thing. And Arena Breakout still, we can talk about it a little bit later when we get into talking about Arena Breakout. They don't think that buying in-game currency is pay to win. So I fully expect you to be able to buy in-game currency in Delta Force Hawk Ops. That's just going to be part of it. If you can get around that, you can still play it. If not, you might not want to. But the way I'm having conflicting things in my head about it. I almost think, and one of my viewers and awesome active member on my Discord, Wood Vereen, said it kind of put it in perspective a little bit for me. He said it's almost like pay to lose. It's so weird to spend. It's such a dumb move to spend real world money to buy a loadout that you're gonna die and lose. Like you're eventually going to die and lose that, and you're wasting money.
Pay and lose, yeah.
So it's a really, really stupid idea to buy in-game currency. But I see the other thing calling it pay to win because you can run top tier gear all the time, and you have like statistically better chance of winning gunfights. So
yeah.
Especially with the ammo, if you're running like M995 and stuff like that, I mean, it's gonna be
100%. Or if you're having the gear that can protect the certain level of ammo caliber more, like
right, your top tier armor, helmets, vests, all that stuff, like you're gonna be able to take more damage. So we're not gonna know until it really starts happening, because you could headshot someone just like doing like a Mosin and Tarkov and takes them down instantly. So it could be a great way if people are paying to get currency and gear. It could be a great way to just farm easy gear as someone that's not doing it, or it could just get super crazy. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out. It's definitely something to keep tuned into. They said balance is important. They're going to be working on that. Operators are to enhance strategic options during play and not for the purpose of selling skins. Having said that, we may add cosmetics and items for popular operators, but no skins that are out of character or spoil the integrity of the game. And he did actually say, we do love Nicki Minaj, but you won't see her in our video game. So I think they're going to try to stay on brand with the cosmetics is what it sounds like. That's
is 100% okay with me. Yeah.
Yep. The other thing, they said no current plans for Prox Chat and Hazard Ops, but they do want to include it in Havoc Warfare, and that seems ass backwards to me.
Dude, wait, no, you got it. That's right.
What? Why would you not want
So
Prox Chat in the extraction mode?
No, Hazard Ops isn't
It's the extraction mode.
Battlefield mode.
I watched this part. Havoc Warfare is the Battlefield mode.
Right.
The name got me confused. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So there's gonna be voice comms for local VoIP in the Battlefield mode?
Yeah. And
No,
I
toxic.
was
That's
actually
gonna be
watching.
that's gonna be hilarious.
I was
Kind of,
watching the
well,
stream
in a
when he said
bad
it's
way.
going to be terrible. It's just going to be a bunch of people screaming and garbled. You're not going to be able to relay any kind of information.
Dude.
And it makes so much sense in Hazard Ops because like you can just like DMZ and like Escape from Tarkov and stuff. You could like kind of talk your way out of something or try to reason with people or even talk shit while you're killing them. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That seems like it should
That is
be the other way around.
backwards. Yeah. Mm.
But they did say that. Regarding anti-cheat, we want to
Dude, that
move more of the
changed.
game's processing server side to combat cheaters. We also are aiming to block cheat software from other sources. We hope they will continue to report cheaters. So I haven't seen too many. They're working on customizing weapons mid-match to Havoc Warfare, so kind of like the plus system from Battlefield. Yeah, they are looking on feedback on, you know, if they want to hide in-game chat, because the global chat in the menu is a cesspool. Who would have thought? And then this one's interesting. The number of bots will be reduced as we continue to bring more people into the alpha test. So it sounds like it's like a server fill matchmaking thing. Rather than waiting on people to start, they'll just fill it with bots, and hopefully they reduce that, because yeah, I agree. They like the idea of private rooms to practice against bots and might implement something like that in Havoc Warfare first. So
like
they
that.
might be doing a solo bot only like practice area.
I think that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, nice little warm up. Solo and duo queues might be added, but are not confirmed yet. Time to kill and armor will be monitored and adjusted based on player data and feedback. So hopefully they're getting a lot of data. I have noticed some really weird, inconsistent kills and deaths to where it's like I had really good armor and he had green shitty ammo, and I shouldn't have died that fast. But
Yeah.
so hopefully they can look into some of that. And then here comes the fun one. No aim assist for mouse and keyboard players, but when crossplay is supported, so this game is going to be crossplay between console and PC, players can expect something along the lines of similar titles while we keep listening to community's feedback. So controllers are getting aim assist. It's going to be like Battlefield and COD and stuff like that. So controllers are going to have aim assist, and mouse and keyboard players will not. So we'll see how that.
I have a feeling we'll see how that goes, because I saw like when you're loading up, you can click to see what you're like. If you're just playing by yourself, there's like a little PC icon. So hopefully you might be able to just choose PC player queues in particular. But just having controller support is actually pretty helpful for a lot of people that just can't use mouse and keyboard too. So it's kind of like, it's nice that they're putting that in, but aim assist, it depends on how good or bad, I guess you could say, the aim assist is. Because there's definitely some games out there that slight aim assist is okay, but not where you're pretty much have, you know, not ESP, but just, you know, hacks pretty much.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what they do with it. But they say similar games out there, so I think they'd be stupid to make it nearly as crazy as Call of Duty. But again, that's
Call of Duty is the worst one for sure. I feel like, yeah.
Hopefully it's more in the line with like Battlefield and X Defiant. Those don't seem as crazy. Hopefully they're in that route. They want to do more with the black site, which is pretty cool. Changed it based on how you upgrade it, and it sounds like it can be customizable because they hope the black site can reflect your identity and play style. So it might be able to get like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Like outfit your base is pretty cool. I just like that
more
for like
crappy stuff for me to hold in my stash to upgrade.
I'm not
There's
sure.
so much things, dude.
Yeah.
There's so many things you need just to upgrade to the next level for like your stash or your gym that you want in the game and stuff. So
Yep.
Oh man.
I haven't got into this because I haven't crafted much stuff, but it sounds like, excuse me, crafting times will be adjusted based on feedback. And then
I feel like it's almost not needed.
I don't know. I haven't got into crafting too much, so I can't really say.
Yeah, but like if you go into a game, you know, you come out with juicy loot. You almost don't really need to craft, or you just buy whatever you need from the auction house if you make enough money. I realized also
Right.
selling a lot of my items that I grab instead of just to the market, straight to the auction house. I get like almost twice the amount of revenue from just selling to like normal like market.
Yeah,
So
I wonder
it's crazy how much money you can make.
when relying more on crafting. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe they have like the economy and earnings cranked up because it's a short period and it's going to wipe. That maybe it'll be harder to like things will be worth less and harder to come by, and you'll want to do more crafting maybe when the full launches. That's maybe something.
Maybe,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just making
We'll
that
see.
up. But apparently, like I do here. I currently I haven't seen this. There's a current camera position which sometimes allows players to avoid head damage while shooting. And
Yeah, I heard that too.
I haven't seen that yet.
Nah, me neither.
Thank goodness. Yeah, so that's like what's happening in the near future. It looks like there's a lot more maps than on the 16th. I'll have to try to remember. I can look up the roadmap real quick. I know there's the new map coming for the Hazard Ops, and there's some new modes coming for Havoc Warfare 2 on the 16th. I think is when all this stuff drops. Is that right?
King of the Hill. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, wasn't not really a big fan of King of the Hill, but I appreciate there's at least another game mode, because I will say after playing extensively on those two maps in the same game mode, it's kind of tiring. The only thing that keeps me coming back is the extraction mode, because it's a different engagement almost every single time, unless you're always rushing, that one safe in the it's the one place that you pretty much rush every time in Zero Dam.
Oh,
the boss safe.
Yeah. It's pretty, because there's gonna be a fight there almost 99% of the time.
Yeah. But that's that. I mean, that's where I always go for sure. But yeah,
so
here's the roadmap. So the 13th, which is today, you got the new operator and a new in-game event, Havoc Intel, and then the rest of it comes on the 16th. So that's the new Hazard Op map, King of the Hill, a Mandelbrick Showdown, Dam Infiltration, and Famous Firearms is the name of an event. So that'll be pretty cool. And I think that's the other thing I think about this game, with it being from a really large company. I really think that there's going to be constant content. I think there's going to be constant in-game events and stuff to do, like all the time. That's just the feeling I get. What do you guys think about that? I think there's always going to be new events and stuff.
No, I completely agree. Based on, I mean, you just look at Arena Breakout Infinite, like the constant stuff on the mobile. So I think they're going to do the same thing with this on mobile and the other platforms.
It's crazy to also remind people that this is going to be free to play. Like all this content that this is going to be continuously coming out, and for how well the alpha runs you don't have to spend this. You don't have to spend any money to play this game.
Yeah. And if they don't, I'll put this notice out to Delta Force Hawks Ops and Team Jade and Time E Studios. I will tell you right now what Crash thinks. I would actually buy some cosmetics in this game if they don't do anything scummy with microtransactions on the other side, because if this is a game that I like play a lot and put a bunch of time into and it's for free, I'll support the devs. That's why in Rainbow Six I buy the battle pass every season. Even though I don't play it a ton, I still appreciate them like continuing to update the game into year 10. So like, and this is probably boomer mentality, but like if a game is free and it's got a ton of content and I'm enjoying it and I'm putting time into it, I do like to support them. It's just been so rare. Like it doesn't happen all the time. Woomeister in chat said that they're already working on season 5 content. So they're on pre-production into season 5. The game hasn't even launched yet. So I don't know.
It makes sense to me though. Honestly, I'm not surprised based on how long they've been testing it.
I'm really hoping, like, fingers crossed that my content for this game and buffs too, like, kind of takes off, because I think this game is going to be huge, man. If you think about it, because it's going to be free to play, it's going to have all this stuff into it. and it's going to have console crossplay. So you're going to have the console audience as well. I think there's going to be a huge YouTube audience for this game.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping, guys, like my video I made today. get it going in the algorithm. I would love it. It'd be awesome. Buff covering the guns and stuff and everything coming to the game too, and then me hitting the updates and stuff. It'd be sweet. And
it's really.
I'm surprised even like my stream is still kicking off from Delta Force, even though it's like not too many people watched it. More people are subscribing because of it, just because of the stream itself. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I really wanted something that gave me that, again, back from World War III. It gave me that just I can load in, shoot a couple bad guys here and there, log out, and I'm glad I finally, found something that's hopefully around for a while and doesn't go down the drain for any one of number of reasons,
Fingers crossed.
And I hope to like, if I have time, it'd be awesome to make even some story content with it, to be able to do, like, if I have like a really cool raid, to try to edit together like a story video, because that's one of the cool things about these extraction games is like the raids can turn into stories themselves, and putting it together would be I hope I really hope there's some kind of like creator or some kind of camera that we can use, or just something we could do, especially for, just even for creators, for taking pictures of thumbnails, like having to just turn off the HUD or scale it down, like I would love to just, even if I just had to shrink the UI a little bit, just give us something to, even from a gameplay perspective, I would like to like customize the UI. Also, the fact there's no compass in the Havoc Warfare mode, but there is in the extraction mode. I was like, I'm like, he's over there. Where? I don't have a compass. I can't really give you a heading right now. It's
like
there. We're pointing.
It's just there, man.
Somewhere.
And like the ping doesn't really work on that mode compared to extraction, where you could just ping everywhere. Where that one's like you have to be looking at an enemy or an enemy vehicle or something like that. So,
and I kind of hate how the map rotates. You can make the map rotate in Havoc, but you can't in Hazard Ops. You can't make them.
You can't? Damn.
No, it's only a setting under.
Wait, you can. That's what I needed to do, is actually, because I hate, like, if I'm looking at a point and it doesn't rotate in the battlefield mode, I'm like, I don't know where I'm looking exactly because the map's just static. So
so you can make it rotate in Havoc.
Yeah,
you can make it rotate in Havoc, but you can't in Hazard Ops.
In tactical turmoil.
Whatever. They're still calling it. Yeah, what the hell is that?
I don't know, man. They're calling it Hazard Ops, but on the game is tactical turmoil. I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's why I just say extraction mode, just so we all know what it is.
It's giving me internal mental turmoil. They need to pick one. So
I think I saw Tactic Gamer made a tweet like, if they just call it like Delta Force Extraction DFE, just
that'd be nice.
Leave it like that, simple.
I would like that.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the campaign too. I'm really curious how they give like they pay homage to the original Delta Force games, because that's what it looks like it's gonna be. Like when you like hover over it, it's all 1990 Mogadishu. Then it time moves on to I think like 2035 is what the time frame in the game takes place in. So I'm very curious to see, especially how like the operators, like I know they've been posting on the YouTube channels like character breakdowns and like their stories and stuff like that per operator, and they're kind of just like going through them. So it's like, okay, they're giving some backstory to who this operator is, what they've done, and I'm curious to see how I don't know how they're gonna. I think from what we know, I think Mogadishu or Africa in general becomes like a powerhouse, I believe, in the future. Like a technological powerhouse. So that's where some of these operators are coming from. So kind of curious to see about that. And we'll see how the campaign looks. And also it'd be nice to earn some things from like the campaign that you can use in the other game modes, like, skins or gun skins and stuff like that. So
I do, before we move on, I feel like this conversation is winding down a little bit, but before we move on, I do want to put out a little bit of a notice to the community, because I've been seeing some stuff on social media. We got to talk about it. I hear people saying this is the Battlefield 2042 we deserved, and you need to stop that rhetoric right now. You need to stop it. Okay, get some help.
100%.
Because what I think people are doing is comparing this to Battlefield 2042 and saying it's better to take a shot at DICE because people are tired of what DICE has done. But don't get it misconstrued that we don't want specialists in Battlefield and we need a server browser in Battlefield and some of these key things that are in this game that we still don't want in Battlefield. I just feel like everybody's like, this is the Battlefield 2042 we should have had. No, we should have never had 2042 at all in the first place ever.
Yeah.
So stop. Okay.
Should have just, if another Battlefield comes out and it's amazing out the gate, I'm 100% playing that more over Delta Force. But for now, this is a good in-between game. That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
And it's one of the first early access tests that we've had that just hasn't shit the bed day one. So
yeah, it runs
Fingers
really good.
crossed.
And I just feel like people are like, this is what Battlefield 2042 should have been. I'm like, no, we shouldn't have had 2042 at all. We shouldn't have had specialists.
Should have had
bullshit in the Battlefield.
no operators and anything. Yeah.
We gotta watch it. Watch the rhetoric. Just because people want to take a shot at DICE,
Good
don't say
stuff.
something completely off the rails that might DICE thinks, oh, these guys are really
DICE
liking this
sucks.
game
Yeah,
with
Delta
specialists.
Force
Let's
is
take another
better.
stab at it. Delta Force is doing great. Let's do what they did. Stop it. And again,
Get some help.
for those of you playing at home, we just want the Battlefield 5 Frostbite with a modern skin on it from Battlefield 4 with the aesthetics and immersion of Battlefield 1, and that's your game. Ship it, and we will all buy it.
Maybe they'll listen to you. Maybe they're watching the show right now and they're
I'm
listening
sure
to
they
us.
are.
Fingers crossed. We
Sure
hope
they
so.
Before Buff and I go on a tangent about Battlefield, let's talk about this Stalker 2 deep dives. Keep on track. So I want to give Blue plenty of time for this, and then I'm going to need Buff to fill me in on Arena Breakout. You did play Arena Breakout, right, Buff?
I did.
Okay,
Yep.
I haven't played it yet, so yeah. All right, cool. What are we talking here, Blue, about Stalker 2?
Man, what are we not talking about? One, it's delayed for people that don't know. Again, all right. On November 20th. Did I get that right? Something like that. Oh no, I already forgot. A lot has happened. Okay.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. Well, regardless, Stalker 2 released a deep dive, basically showcasing a quest. Almost basically from the start of the quest to maybe not the exact start, but he starts off in one of the maps in the game called the Swamps, which is a very iconic location from Stalker Clear Sky, and eventually Stalker mods and stuff like that. It looked amazing. Again, that's why I hate Twitch's bitrate, because it just looks horrible. So I haven't seen like the HD version on YouTube yet, but it was already looking amazing. I mean, just some of the screenshots that people have taken from inside the trailer to put online has been, I could see why maybe they took a little bit of a delay, because holy crap, does this game look like it's going to be not just a beautiful looking game, but like a very immersive game as well too, not just from the environment but from the way the game plays. So the biggest takeaway that I got from this was the creative director kept saying the word freedom, not as in the faction freedom, but the freedom to do whatever you want. And a lot of those decisions that you make will have like 1,000 variations of consequences towards that. So, and like the biggest thing in Stalker, like one of the biggest things that people love about it is the A-Life system, which is the NPCs basically having their own lives within the zone. They have their own quests, they have their own missions, they have their own ways of doing things, where now apparently in this one, it's getting taken to like the next level. So like you'll have it where I guess like entire factions will be working on their own. Again, this is from other Stalker 2 news sources and just things that we can kind of take from the trailer. Like the factions will have their own leaders, they will have their own ways of doing things. You'll have it where stalkers maybe start a war within their own faction, then that faction splinters. Like that, this is all like it's going to be happening naturally alongside the player as the player is continuing to do his own quest, his own journey. So it's very like, it seems like a lot. And I remember watching just like the development of Stalker Shadow Chernobyl. This is what originally the game they wanted to have. But of course that just never really turned out properly. So they kind of have to scale it down. So it's like what they wanted to do back in the early 2000s is what they're doing now, from what it seems. So again, everything from just bringing in older locations. The shooting in the game looks pretty good. There's not really much to say. I feel like I need to get my hands on the actual shooting mechanics in the game because, you know, just from looking at it, I can't really tell how it feels. He was playing on controller during the deep dive. So there are some moments I'm like, aim straight, man. But it's like, wait, he's playing on controller. He's probably, you know, I don't think there's a proper aim assist in Stalker 2. So, yeah, so it's just that. Also, there was a moment like in the developer deep dive, like towards the end, when he's going through a tunnel and it goes from gameplay to an immersive cutscene right before your eyes. Like you barely noticed it until you're like, oh crap, I'm in a cutscene already. Like it looks so good. I mean, that's so good. That's just how great like Unreal Engine 5 and just graphics looks, that nowadays cutscenes looks just like gameplay, you know. So, and then apparently the game itself will have around 3 hours of cutscenes, which is kind of crazy to even hear about. So yeah, very, very heavily story based, but it's also very open world. I think there's 20 locations, what they said. And I don't know, from what I can tell, hopefully, I'm hoping to see how moving from location to location is. I think it's going to be seamless, which is already kind of crazy to think of, having like different, very detailed, very open locations to have seamless transitions. Just seems like something from the future that I feel like it's not, like we're not ready for it yet. So yeah, there's a lot of, you know, classic locations coming back. We saw the swamps, we heard about Rostock, we heard about Clear Sky a little bit, we heard about their story for faction wise. A lot of people were complaining, for especially when I was watching the developer deep dive, people were saying in the chat, UI seems a little bit too weak, is what they were saying. It doesn't look good. Some people, you know, of course, have varying different opinions. This will also have mod support day one, so I'm sure someone will put out a mod to completely change the UI if they wanted to. So it's just all that. I don't know how easy. Yeah, I mean, just they showcased on their news on their website. They showed like a picture, like a 1-to-1, basically scale recreation of a nuclear like cooling tower to the real one in game and in real life. It damn near is a 1-to-1 recreation, of course, you know, with different shading and textures and color, but it's like the layout, there's like a lake in front of it. It looks amazing. The lighting, especially on the interiors, like during the showcase, holy crap, it looked amazing. And also, like we were like discussing the weapons that were showing on screen. Like I think right there he's running a Tavor. Of course, all the games in the guns in the games have like weird names, like the G36 is like a G63K or something like that. I don't know, some weird, you know, G69 number variation. Yeah. Numbers. So, but there's different like calibers of variants of calibers. So you have like, you know, 545, you know, BS ammo and PS, and you have FMJ and AP and stuff like that. So there are a couple things. We saw like a USP 45 in the game, which I think has a different name as well too. So the guns sound really good as well. Animations might need a little bit of tuning. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think people got also, I think I'm starting to realize some of the complaints that people got spoiled by the incredible animations from mods, and then when they see something that's not as in depth and in detail, they like, oh, this looks crap. It's like, no, I think it still looks good. It's just different. Because most of those animations come from a different game as well. So yeah, I mean, everything from their survival aspects as to, you know, you got to eat, you got to drink, you got to heal yourself. There's different medications for different mutants. There's side protection. There's, which is like things that mess with your mind that you basically take a pill and, you know, you can kind of protect yourself from that. There's artifact hunting. We saw the bear detector being used, bolts being thrown and stuff like that, using the anomalies around you to your advantage. Like a guy was, you know, a flesh, which is like a mutated pig, was coming around to grab him, and it just got swallowed up and exploded in midair by an anomaly. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming in. We saw some clips from like older videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Was there anything that you were like that you didn't know that they like revealed and you're like, holy shit, like I didn't know that was coming to the game?
I mean, more like story elements, pretty much. I think gameplay wise, it all looks pretty good. Animations look very well done. Yeah, just it's more like the story things. I'm like, oh crap, like they mentioned this person, and you know, we were wondering what their story was going to be. So we got a little bit of a taste for that. So
nice. Yeah, it looks awesome. I didn't watch the deep dive because I figured you'd fill me in. And looking at some of these graphics, man, that game looks so good.
Looks great.
Holy, looks crazy. Yeah, I need like a game like this with mods too. Like somebody's gonna make this thing look like a real life movie with mods. I bet gonna do something crazy.
yeah,
with it. It's almost there.
Hold
already.
on, someone's calling me downstairs, guys.
No problem.
Sorry,
okay,
I mean,
we'll talk about Arena Breakout. Take your time.
Okay.
So got that covered. Arena Breakout launched at the same time, and I'm kind of with you, Buff. Like, doesn't it seems like weird timing because the Delta Force thing's going on right now, and they feel,
which kind of bummed me out a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been nice to like give focus to either one of them, but I gotta be kind of honest. I just kind of want to keep playing Delta. I don't even really want to play.
Me too. I'm really more interested in Delta Force right now since we already played Breakout.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand why they would do that. So anyway, it launched. You have to launch it on their you have to get it with their launcher. It's not on Steam yet, which people are like, why would they ever do that? And I'll tell you why. Because they want to get as many people on their launcher as possible, because they don't have to pay royalties to Steam for microtransactions. They don't have to pay any kind of fees. If they get you on their launcher and buying stuff on their launcher, they get to keep all that stuff. So that's the main reason, just so you know. But it is weird to have two games under the Tencent umbrella kind of competing for each other. This one is much more like Tarkov, just kind of how it looks and stuff. But I didn't get a chance to play it. I'm stuck on Delta Force. I figure like I can always hop in and try like Arena Breakout. But yeah, I guess the difference is it doesn't really have a hideout per se, I don't think.
No.
It really is all about the raids and the combat and the PvP, in my opinion. Like it's about looting up and fighting. There's not a crazy amount of that. How'd the games go for you?
Yeah, I mean, everything, it was weird, dude. It was a weird night. Like I will say they made a lot of improvements from the beta. I think that looks a lot better. So like the graphics, light, and all that looks. They definitely made a lot of changes with everything, which they highlighted in I think it was this video or some of the videos they did. So it looks great, but the games were weird, dude. I think we ran 3 or 4 raids as a trio, and ran into 2 total players. So it was really strange. It was like, it was like you were in weird. I don't know if it was because just not a lot of, like, they had a lot of servers to accommodate the free to play part, so they didn't have server issues. But yeah, didn't run into any crazy engagements or anything like that. Like it was, we killed one player per, like one player out of like one raid, another raid, and then didn't run into anybody in the other raids and didn't hear any fire. So it was almost like you were in empty servers, which was really, really strange. So we were just walking around doing our thing. So I don't really know what was up with that. So it was a weird first day experience because you didn't really have much any PvP. But I think they did that on purpose because they did say like they wanted to. Some of the changes they made were to discourage firefights right off the bat. So I'm not sure if that means they lowered the player counts or switched up, randomized the spawns a little bit more or something like that. But it just felt weird to me. So I don't know how it felt to other people. But yeah, the combat was lackluster last night.
Huh, that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, the other thing is, it felt really Tarkov-y to me in the fact that I kind of feel like it has really similar recoil to like Point 12 and stuff in Tarkov, where it's like the crappy recoil before they fixed it. So and if
Well,
there
they did
wasn't Delta
rework. They did
Force,
rework it here. They did rework it for they did rework it. Which is
that's good. They needed it.
They did. They I will say they did a lot of changes. So the recoil was one of those changes, like weapon handling, all of that.
And then they had like the spectating feature, which I think is huge. They added that, I know. And there was something else that I thought was really good that they added. I can't
remember. Kill cam. Sure. They got a kill cam. They added
the kill cam. And then is it right that like if you're in a squad, the kill cam, you can't watch it for a while, so like it doesn't really affect the fight?
Yeah, it seems like it's delayed. I haven't died yet to experience it, so they didn't really give too much of an example in the video that I watched of it. And I didn't like deep dive into the information just because I was more focused on like Delta Force and what kind of video I was going to do. But yeah, I think they delayed it, so you can't just make call outs to your buddies like, oh, right where he is, like you wouldn't thought.
Gotcha. And then what I thought was crazy was they had I don't know if you saw Big Fry's Twitter, but he posted a video where the lead game designer addressed things that creators said. And he took the comments from Big Fry's video where he's like, it could be pay to win and they could add this and like it'd be terrible for the PC community because this is for mobile games, but not for PC games to buy in-game currency. And he said that they weren't going to do pay to win. It's going to all be about skill and knowledge in the gunfights.
Yeah.
And then they did the thing. So that's kind of a weird move. It would have made more sense just to like not talk about it,
right?
And then do the buy in-game currency with real money. But they actually said they weren't going to do pay to win, and then they turned around and like made a big deal about it, and then did that. It was wild. Do you think that's pay to win, or do you think it's pay to lose? Like, because you're going to lose what you buy eventually.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I was talking about this with this Justin also about it. Like the thing I see there, it could go both ways, but at the end of the day, I can lose all my stuff and I can just drop $25, $50, $100, and I can have a couple million, and then I can just again go right back and get the best armor, the best helmet, all the best like rigs, all like the best gun with the best ammo, and I'm back in the fight. And if you're running M995 against anybody that doesn't have like level 6 ammo, even with level 6 ammo, like if you're a semi-competent player, I mean, you're not going to lose many gunfights, I don't think. So
there's no skills like to level up either in Arena Breakout, is there?
Right, you're just
like
buying everything. You can buy everything outright. So I see it as being an issue down the road, just because of being able to pay to buy in-game currency. But again, I don't really. You can say it's pay to win. You're paying for in-game currency, which you can do what you want with it. Pay to win, I think, is technically like I'm paying for things that other people can't have. Like technically, you can still get all this stuff by in-game. So I wouldn't say it's pay to win, but it's definitely pay for a little bit of an advantage for sure.
Yeah. Did you try AP20 slugs? Because that's kind of when I quit playing.
No, I never ran into it either, thankfully. But yeah, I don't know if they fixed it. I didn't see them address it at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention that much either. So
because that was crazy. When I kind of quit playing it during the early test, I was just buying like a super shitty over-under like Beretta shotgun and then paying like just tons of money for AP20 slugs. I was spending way more on the ammo than the gun and just one tapping people with crazy armor with the AP20 slugs out of a crap gun and keeping them in my in my butt in my prison wallet, so I kept them the whole time, and in my save container for those of you playing at home, and yeah, it was crazy.
And they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
But yeah,
sorry. Crash,
you don't
what?
get a safe container unless you pay for it now. So
No
you
way.
gotta pay for
Also,
the
I
case.
saw that you can't like message people
No, you
unless you
can,
pay.
but there's like a limit. There's like a limit.
It's like even that is still a limit to that, you know.
Yeah, that stuff's gonna come to.
I guess
Delta Force,
if you wanna talk, I hope not, man. Like everyone says, like, oh, they're both Tencent. They're both. It's like, yeah, but they are different developers still. So
Yeah,
hopefully
but
not.
Tencent's the publisher, and you know how much
They
Activision
have
has a
yeah,
say with
exactly.
COD, so it's hard to
That's
say.
true. That's
But
true.
I
Yeah.
will just my initial. I played maybe probably less than 2 hours last night. So just my initial like impressions. I want to play Delta Force more than I want to play Arena Breakout. Now that will probably change and fluctuate all over the place as we go forward, but my initial impressions are I was having a lot of fun with Delta Force, and I do think also Delta Force has a much better weapon selection for the most part. For whatever reason,
Really?
Arena Breakout, they have like a bunch of old World War II SMGs and just like only the one LMG so far. There's going to be more coming because it's obviously going to be doing what mobile version's doing. But I think the weapon selection in Delta Force, I enjoy it better. It's really, you can't really complain because we have two really great games here. And at the end of the day, you don't need to pay for in-game currency. You could just play the game outright and earn everything. I mean, you start with 1.3 million, I think, right off the bat. You start with versus what it was 500 in the beta. So they're starting you out with enough money to, you can go in and if you knowing where to loot and do the missions, you're going to make money pretty easily, anyways.
Yeah, interesting. It's kind of, yeah, it's odd. I wonder if Delta Force is, like biting into the player base a little bit. It is with me, and I am just dreading the time that this stuff does come to Delta Force. It's going to be a bummer, but I think it is, and I'm with Eagle Eyes in chat. I just rather pay for the game. I'd rather pay like $30 or $40 for Delta Force and go on about my life and not have to.
I do think the one difference, well, maybe you guys let me know what you think, because Delta Force is cross-platform on everything except mobile being its own version. I think there's more opportunity for like an actual like battle pass buy-in, kind of like COD does with a regular type live service, as opposed to what we're seeing right now with Arena Breakout, because Season 0 is just pay for items essentially. There's no like battle pass or anything. So with a larger player base and actual like a battle pass, I think that would resonate more with the console player base for Delta Force, whereas Breakout's just PC. So I don't know. We'll have to revisit this in like 5-6 months and see where it is, honestly, for both of them.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it shakes out, I guess. But yeah, I just have a bad feeling about what they're going to do to Delta Force. I hope not, but that does make sense. I didn't think of that. It's going to have a different audience, so maybe that would be viable.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a lot more you're gonna have a lot more players on Delta Force. So if they do a different type of like live service type battle pass season thing, you're gonna get, how much money does COD make just off the battle pass, right? So
billions.
Something like that. That's your console community is more used to that than the PC community. Arena Breakout, I think, and especially Delta Force is more Call of Duty than Arena Breakout, right? I think you're going to have a lot of Call of Duty players going to Delta Force and not a lot of Call of Duty players going to Breakout, especially because it's only PC.
Yep. I agree. So yeah, we will keep an eye on Arena Breakout and see how it shakes out. And with the pay to win draw and stuff like that, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting to see how long this window is that you can only play it on the launcher before they move it over to the Steam, and then we can get a look at kind of player numbers. That'll be cool. Are you guys ready for some?
Always ready.
Shots. Always. 100%.
Quick shots. So this, I need a little bit of context on this. I kind of saw what's going on, but Tom Warren, who I think is a journalist for The Verge, did a little leaky leak. Like he kind of defended it that he didn't, but he kind of sounds like he did.
So dumb.
It's really funny
Oh
too,
my
because like
gosh.
all the leakers are getting mad. This guy leaked. There's just like a lot of drama. But apparently, Tom Warren, he played Valve's secret new shooter Deadlock. It's like Overwatch, Dota 2, and Team Fortress, all baked into a pie. And yeah, the game, he got community noted. That happened.
Yeah, that's the best part.
The game is still early in development. Everything is a work in progress. There's nothing confirmed about the game. The author blatantly ignored an informal NDA asking them not to share any information about the game, and thus was justly banned from the playtest. So they banned the dude.
Nice.
Yeah,
so it sounds
again,
like
it's like what happened with when we were playing RIP Division Heartland. I had the, you know, technically you didn't sign an NDA, but you technically agreed to one when you clicked accept.
yeah. Well, he said in
but
his
his defense was that he didn't click okay. He pressed the escape key and then the menu went down, so he never agreed to the informal NDA. That was his defense.
That's how you get out of NDAs, right there.
Yeah, that's how you never get any information from other sources and kind of ruin your reputation in your field.
Especially for The Verge is already like very like they've already been under the crosshairs of a lot of people, especially when they put out, there was a video they put out a long time ago which has since been deleted, but you can definitely watch a re-upload on various different channels of when they were building a gaming PC, and the guy that was building it had all the wrong information on how to properly build a gaming PC. Like his grounding cable that you put around the wrist was just a standard like rubber bracelet that wasn't grounded to anything. So he was, what the heck was that? And then he called like, I think he called I forgot what he called zip ties something else. Like, I don't know. It was really dumb. But so this isn't the first for The Verge. I think since then a lot of people lost credit with The Verge, and now this is the kind of journalist that you're hiring and defending as well too.
Yeah, he said he didn't click anything, but this menu pops up in the game and he escaped out of it. So got out on like a technicality, I guess, so they can't really take any legal action.
I mean, he got banned regardless. And then what was it? He then posted afterwards, like if you go on his Twitter, of like a meme that he also blocked, like only certain people can reply to. If you scroll just a little bit on his profile, I'm trying to find his I literally had it here. I don't remember where it went.
Yeah, me looking at an informal NDA, keep out or enter.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Cop.
Yeah, it's like
that's good,
dude. And you literally like kept the replies to only people that follow you and follow each other, kind of thing. So like he knew the kind of crap he was gonna get. Well, guess what? There's still requote post, so people are still, you know, hammering at him. So
yeah, there's the article. I don't know, man. The game it's not my kind of shooter, but
it's not for us either. But it is just kind of hilarious how like far this guy went to defend himself.
But it is a little bit of a big deal because like when Valve makes games, it's a big deal, right? They don't make games very often, especially
exactly. And it's like, man, Valve still hasn't made another Half-Life 3 yet. So it's like, come on, like, or, you know, what's going on with that? But they'll make Overwatch, Dota, Team Fortress clone, you know,
with wild zip lines and third-person cartoon stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't get the Overwatch clone thing. It is crazy that it's coming from Valve, so it'll definitely get attention, but. Yeah, it's just not.
I mean, it had like for a playtest, I had like a decent amount of players like at the peak, and then it kind of dipped down a little bit. But again, no one's able to even really talk or showcase it. So
yeah, it's just not really my style. But the whole thing, like the dude blatantly like showed how he got around an NDAs. Like,
yeah,
that's not how to make friends in the industry. To be honest, man.
I pressed escape, guys. You know,
I pressed escape doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
The other thing, wait.
Happen there.
Quick shot. Here we go. What's the next one?
Friend of the program, Rockhound Black messaged me on Twitter and posted a little article that shows Arc Raiders has awakened from the grave. And,
Let's go.
Will
Finally.
be presenting something at Gamescom. So there will be.
Took them a while.
Yeah,
They're awake.
there will be Arc Raiders information at Gamescom, and I think the way it's going to work out. Let me double check my calendar really quick. Yeah, so I think what'll happen is kind of next week, next Monday, we will kind of try to brand the show as like a Gamescom preview. We'll go through. We'll probably talk about Delta Force and Arena Breakout and games and stuff that's on our mind too next week. But we'll do a Gamescom preview. See what we're gonna see what we want to see. We'll get a list of all the shooters that are gonna be showing off stuff there, and we will talk about what we want to see. So we have an awesome slate of podcasts and shows coming up when it comes to that, because we're gonna have Gamescom preview, then Gamescom React. We're gonna have Call of Duty next. In the meantime, we're gonna see like how the Arena Breakout and Delta Force stuff plays out. You know, we're gonna be inching closer to Stalker as well, and who knows what kind of drama and other stuff pops up in the FPS space. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, I guess I can hit this again.
Quick shot.
The Spectre Divide playtest is out, and people have been playing that. I got to watch Fry play it today, and it looks really interesting. I watched a little bit of Shroud's gameplay as well. I
don't know what that is actually.
Oh, really? Let me try to find a trailer for it while I talk about it. But this is we talked a little bit about it whenever we were confused that like Shroud worked on it.
Oh, you're talking about the down one. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, the cell shaded
you got to play it?
shooter. I haven't played it. I did get access to it. But I watched Fry play it, and it looks kind of cool, man. He likened it kind of like something new and interesting, like a Lara Prime kind of is like how he felt. So he liked it a lot.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear, especially because I wish Lara Prime came out, but
yeah. So it's interesting. I kind of want to try it out just because the whole like the two player, like you have two bodies, you can switch in between two bodies, which is like the most interesting thing that we've seen in a minute. I like that they did something interesting. It looks kind of like Borderlands and Valorant sort of with the cell shaded stuff, and it's got like the cartoony Valorant appearance and pretty strong specialists, but it does have normal ADS mechanics, which is a plus, like kind of like you're used to.
Nice, not CS:GO stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the CS:GO don't strafe, kneel and shoot thing from the hip, so that's cool. And then I saw some really cool plays that Fry and them did with some clutches from switching in between their bodies, like covering a bomb from different sides. Like one body would get shot, so you switch to your next body, and you know where that player is and trade him out. And like it's just like there could be. Yeah, I wish the setting was like a little more like we kind of like grounded a little bit, but the idea of it is there's amazing outplay potential. Like the tactics could be like crazy. So I got in the playtest. I should check it out. I don't know how long it goes. But
yeah, I saw Shroud playing it. It looked. I mean, for that type of game, it looks good. Not something I think I would play though.
But it's cool that that they did something different. Like it's not just CS:GO. It's not just Valorant. That whole two bodies thing. It's kind of like a mechanic that no one's done. Kind of like the Splitgate has the portals or whatever. Like it's just something like that kind of.
Yeah, it's a good twist. I mean, it's definitely creative. So I mean, I think it'll be really successful.
There's going to be some wild plays. There'll be some wild plays.
All right. So. Okay.
And yeah, I kind of think that's all I had. Did you guys have anything that I missed?
Hunt Showdown. I posted it in our little
I've been loving Hunt Showdown until Delta Force came out. I feel I cheated on Hunt Showdown.
Man. I know. There it's quick shot. Perfect sound effect too for Hunt Showdown, because it's like literally like the era
that
for
is kind of
quick draws and revolvers. Like. So yeah, if you guys want to know what a Hunt Showdown firefight sounds like, just that.
It sounds exactly like that. It's even got the little
one shot and you're down. Yeah. So yeah, 2 days till the 1896 update comes out. So 2 days until we're in the year 1896. But one of the biggest changes that a lot of people were kind of upset about when they first played it was the crosshair placement and just like the lowered weapon. That you had to get used to. But once you got used to it, it was fine. But now they're centering and raising your weapon placement. So now it's instead of the lower center of your screen, it's exactly centered.
You have the option.
You have the option. I don't know if it's an option or if it's actually just coming up as a. Oh no, it's the option of the original placement and traditional sensor crosshair. You're right. Yeah.
No.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think I kind of got used to the lowered stuff, but I never really saw a reason for it. I just kind of just accepted it. Maybe it was like an immersion thing where it's like instead of the weapon like in your face, like damn near shooting in your mouth the entire time. So
yeah, I feel like it gives you a little bit more screen to see, but I guess it really doesn't. It gives you more sky to look at. So I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't really give you like a bigger field of view. I'd probably use the censored.
I think
just so I'm used to it. Yeah.
Just to be like other stuff, but I'm excited for this update. If you guys listen to the show, I got into Hunt Showdown. Like that's all I was playing, like right up until Delta Force launch. So I really like Hunt Showdown. So and I came in at a good time. It's cool to see this update. New engine stuff, new maps, new hunters, new skins, new weapons, like, new everything. Like it's gonna be.
You got a nice little lever action. The 1865 carbine. You got a crossbow coming in called the Deadeye. Got skins for different weapons as well. Yeah, like so cool, man. Like that bow. There's like a bow skin that just like looks like a serpent, like a golden bow. Like it's so cool, man.
The skins in that game are incredible. Like
it really fits in with the world around it. Like it's all there's really cool looking skins, but they're still worn in, like they're worn down. Like the hunter has been using that specific weapon for a while. So yeah. Just so good, man. And all the skins for the hunters as well too. Like the freaking I love ponchos. I think we should start bringing ponchos back in real life. We'll just start wearing.
I'm down. I got a cowboy hat already.
Right?
Like
let's do it.
I'm down. Yeah, there's some cool cowboy hat skins in there. It's good. So now is that stuff. It? Did I forget anything else?
Oh my God.
That Hunger game that chat's talking about, I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
No,
it's a Hunger game.
Don't be mad at me.
Oh, that one, yeah. I didn't really hear about it.
Am I not
either. I mean, I saw, but I don't know.
We'll have to look at it for next week, maybe.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. I don't think I saw it. I don't think there's just enough information.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
So.
Oh, it's like a medieval one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. A little quick news that I found out today too. There's a game it's also Stalker inspired called Chernobylite. That came out from the developers of World War III, the Farm 51. So that's coming out within the second game, Chernobylite 2 Exclusion Zone. Actually, I'll send it to the production team real quick because it seems pretty interesting. You can already go wishlist it on Steam. There's a trailer I haven't seen yet either. I literally just saw it like 2-3 hours ago. So
it's Farm 51.
It's Farm 51. As much as World War III went down the hill, Chernobylite did okay. It wasn't as popular as like a Stalker game, but I mean, the idea that they're even coming out with a second one is pretty interesting. So I can't tell either now that I'm looking at there's a trailer for it. If there's gonna be a third person mode or something, I don't know, but yeah, it's it doesn't actually give me any hope that it's gonna be good looking at the trailer, but yeah, we'll see.
Is it just like a generic, like a Kroger brand, great value Stalker?
Stalker, sort of. I mean, I will say the first Chernobylite game, they had a really nice history, lesson of Chernobyl, so you can kind of go through and see a lot of cool stuff about that. But the story was kind of mid. You can build the base. The shooting mechanics were very basic. there was like a stealth mechanic too. You can like craft certain weapons and craft the base and hold have like NPC characters and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. It looks so awkward. The facial animations, the character animations, they all look so awkward looking at the trailer. So yeah, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like wow, mind blowing, but it was definitely like I played it twice just to like one on normal and one on hard mode, and beat both of the times, and it was good. It was fine. It was good for what it was. We'll see how the second one is. So looks like there's a giant UFO in it. I don't know. It looked weird.
It does look weird. Did you play Level 0 Extraction in any of the playtests?
I never got to get into that playtest, sadly. But what is that? It's like a PvE as well, because it's like
an extraction shooter with like other players and then
the
aliens.
But the
stuff.
one, but like a person is an alien as well too, or like a monster as well.
I'm not 100% sure.
When I saw
like that game that I
like
found called Beautiful Light that I came up with.
Yeah, you 100% found that one. I'm glad thank you for telling me about that game.
No one else told me about
think
it.
from what I remember, there was like a player controlled monster in Level 0 Extraction.
Nice.
As well.
It's out.
It looked good. It's out. Yeah, see, like again, it's just like
there's too much.
I think there's a lot. The extraction game mode is definitely popping off for sure.
This summer has been crazy for extraction games, man.
It's crazy how we were just like talking like just 2 months ago, like we were just waiting for all the extraction games to come out, or like we were saying that no one's really doing it. And now everyone's doing it. So
yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything, dude. There's so many. So that is out there for those of you that are looking for something else. If the 7,000 games we talked about today weren't enough, there's another one. You can,
oh my god, it's Nebula. It's PvE, PMCs, and normal AI with player aliens as well. Yeah, so there is player controlled creatures of the night. So
that'd be pretty crazy. That would be terrifying.
I like that aspect. I'm curious, just because of Beautiful Light's getting it into it, putting that mechanic into the game too. I loved it back in the only game that I know that did it properly because of the setting was Left 4 Dead, but that's also I guess you can call that an extract game mode. Left 4 Dead, trying to get out the city.
I guess
I don't know. Kind of.
Multiplayer
Left 4 Dead was hype. It's fine.
All right,
good stuff. Good stuff.
Show?
You're right. I think that's a show.
Buff, you good? Anything
else? I'm all set. That's all I got.
Sweet. All right, maybe we'll play some Delta Force together again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for some Delta Force. Yeah.
This weekend maybe. I thought about I've kicked it around. I was hesitant to say it. I've kicked around the idea of doing like a 12 or even a 24-hour stream soon about
dude, those are tough, man.
Yeah, I know. For a diaper drive for our new daughter that's arriving in October. We never did a baby shower for her or whatever, so I kind of feel like doing something for her, and doing like a crazy stream like diaper drive would be pretty funny,
dude. But like the little games you have to do of chat puts it up for you, something like that. You gotta like drink out the bottle or something like that.
I thought about making it like an actual diaper drive and playing American Truck Simulator the entire time, buying a truck
in a diaper.
Yeah, buying a truck like a Peterbilt, painting it white and putting like brown streaks on it and calling it the dirty diaper and just driving the diaper the whole time.
Diaper drive.
It'd be great. These are the kind of things my brain comes up with. So I get all my cool
I was
ideas.
not expecting that at all.
Jeez, dude. Anyway, guys, sounds good. Hope to see you next week. Like I said, next week will probably be like a Gamescom preview to what's coming later on in that week. So we should get some morsels and some teases as to what's coming at Gamescom. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the downloads. Leave a comment on Spotify or Apple Podcast. If you have time, leave us a 5-star. It does help the audio get around. If you want to support the show, be a friend, tell a friend, and we will catch you guys next week. Thank you.
Peace.
Later, guys.